Hi, I'm Grey Hunter, and this is going to be a video turn of War in the Pacific. Some people have asked for this, so I'm going to have a bash at going at doing it, but this is my first attempt at a video LP. I will warn people, as you're probably going to get fairly quickly, I do have a slight lisp. I also have a slight stutter. I have managed to avoid the stuttering for this, but if you have a problem with the lisp, then just shut off, please. Just do it. Apart from that, I'm hoping this is going to be an interesting turn. Probably isn't, but let's have a go. Okay, we're getting the coast watching reports in now. As you can see, troops are still unloading at Marcus Island. I've cut out most of the boring calculation phase, so we should be seeing stuff happening from here on out. And here we go for the first night bomber. This is a night attack on Chittagong, or Gong, and it does beggar all. One runway hit, 4 damaged lilies. Night attacks aren't very effective, but the AI seems to like them. They're going in, that's what I was saying about being not very effective. So here they go, they've knocked out a Warhawk. As you can see, damaged planes aren't shown on the final report, but they are shown in the combat ticker. And that's killed a few of the guys on the ground, but actual damage to the runway is minimal. Problem being that the stacked damage is so high at the moment that really we're not being able to get any planes into the air. And now they're hitting Akyab, but failed to find a target. Right. So, will we have any submarine activity? Something been hanging around. One's been hanging around off Australia, but it's always a surprise if one of ours gets into action. Nope, we're into the air phase. Our carriers went out yesterday, so there is a chance. We're sweeping Madang. My pronunciation will be awful, so don't pull me up on that, please. As you can see, a lot of this is just firing with the occasional combat report. I'm not sure how skilled these pilots are, but I'll let this one run through. Normally you can just hit escape to skip through these combat reports, and in something like this, oh man, we just lost a plane. It's normally a good idea to do so, but I'll just give you an idea of what's happening. You can see they're getting more reinforcements, but our guys are having to break off or being shot down. But this will be drawing off the cap, so when our bombers go in, they should hopefully do some more damage. Having the Zeros having used up their fuel and ammunition before our bombers actually get there. Just kind of hoping they'll minimise the damage. If I was doing this turn as a screenshot, I would have just taken a screenshot at the start and then ended it. So, one destroyed, and no any Japanese losses. Daylight attack on Chittagong. The fighter doesn't engage and they go straight onto attacking our runway. I've got no idea where those Bettys are based. It looks like it's somewhere off the coast of Burma. I really should try and hunt the base down, but I've got no long range bombers to hit it, so it's pretty much pointless. As you can see, they're taking flak damage and hitting our runway, and we've taken one down. As people comment in the thread, Bettys are quite vulnerable, so if they do get hit, they do tend to blow up. Yeah, and our Hurricane pilot gets himself a kill. 2 kills. He's on a roll. And yeah, he's still going. I thought it was going to break off after that. Still going. And that's it. He's probably... oh no. Yep. He's done. He'll probably become an operational loss at the end of the turn. The Bettys are attacking Wuchang, which is pretty pointless, and I'm just going to skip through it. as you can see, 2 port hits, not really worth worrying about. It's an internal port, there's no ships there, it's useless damage apart from draining a few supplies. I need to repair it. As you can see, a lot of the turn is scouting reports with more of these bombing runs. Again, I'm going to skip through that one. We took down a Sally with flak, but they only managed to hit the runway 4 times. It's runs like this I don't tend to report everyone in the daily thread, otherwise you'd have 30-40 shots of bombers doing minimal damage. Well, almost minimal damage. That was quite a heavy attack. Right, scouts. I could go through this quicker, but as this is supposed to be a show turn, I'm going to let it play out a bit. Some of our Buford's are attacking Japanese forces in the sticks. Those guys have been out there for ages. Our own little bombing run at Hollander. Let's see what damage we can do. Mainly runway hits. I think most of their planes have been knocked out now, or they've managed to fly them away. Yep, skip through that. A few ground casualties, 20 hits and a couple of hits to the airbase. Second raid goes in. Supply dump, that's always useful. I could switch these guys to ground attack, but I'm more worried about the airfield than I am the infantry. Madang, they still have 9 zeros in the air. I'm hoping that these guys are, as you can see, that guy was out of ammo, so he pulled out. Combination of Marauders and Mitchells, I'm hoping they can get through without too much damage. I mean, a lot of the Japanese pilots now are starting to be poor. We've killed off a lot of the good ones early in the war, and their replacements have 20 skill or so. See, a lot of planes are getting damaged, but no one's actually gone down yet. So I'll skip through to the bombing phase. So we either lost 4 planes, or more likely 4 planes turned back. We're now on to hitting the runway. 2 Bettys damaged, because as far as I know that's all they've got for torpedoes there. Apparently they bagged themselves a 0 and a couple of hits. Another wave goes in, but this time they've only got 1 0 they can put in there, and we've got some view fighters, and the 0's damaged, so he pulls out, and we go straight into destroying a Betty on the ground. Ooh, a Nagasaki attack. This is quite a big one as well, 10 planes. Is it going to be lucky and hit the city? I doubt it. No, 2 planes damaged. They're bombing at 24,000 feet and have failed to hit the city again. A Liberator of a truck manages to take out a few Japanese. I'm hoping to use truck as a staging place a bit further north. As you can see, this is done in time order, not theatre order, so it does tend to jump around a bit. Right, more scouting. Sweep over Salumba. And that's the end of the morning phase. So there'll now be an afternoon phase, which tends to have more torpedo bombing and stuff like that, because the scouting's done in the mornings, and carriers tend to have to wait till the afternoon to send off ships, unless you're lucky. Attacks on ships, sorry. Japanese are bombing our guys in Rangoon, but no damage. Another attack on Akyab. Another attack. I mean, this is what I don't report. 3 Bettys are going to do next to no damage. There's no point in reporting that in the daily turn. 11 Sallies. Ooh, that's quite a heavy hit for some Sallies. I hope you noticed that submarine there that was in the middle of China. I've got no idea what he's doing. I just can't get him to go away. Yep. No damage there. More Sonyas. As I said, the carriers have decided they're going to bomb some random people. Of all the places they could choose, I mean, the one threat area is right there, and no, they're just going to bomb somewhere that's of no importance. That's one problem with not being able to target your commands. That was a training pilot fouling up there. Okay, we're now into the supply phase, where my numerous sky trains are trying to get as many supplies forward as possible. And damaged destroyer there, and ooh, we're actually catching him. So Japanese sub under attack. Hopefully we'll get some hits on him. We're getting close anyway. It seems that I have to go out every few months and poke all the submarine guys, or they seem to bug out. Don't know if that's just my poor patterning or what. And she's been hit. That's some oil leaks spotted. She's been damaged again. I mean, it's very hard to actually confirm a kill on one of these things unless you manage to hit spot on. But I always like seeing a submarine damaged. I'm running this with the sound on. I should have set it to run at the start, but there was no real point. It's not very interesting, so yep, let's skip through that. They're going to be bombing him for a while. Apparently got 2 hits, and it's just the Wagger mainly attacking him. That's got to be an Aussie name. Oh, and they're not finished with him. Here they go again. Another 3 hits. He elects not to launch torpedoes at his targets. It's a shame. Okay, now we're moving on to the combat phase. Resting the guys at Rangoon, so that we won't be having a report from them, but we'll have the normal, numerous, pointless bombardment attacks from across the area. So at Kokang, the Japanese always tend to be quite good at killing their own guys, but I don't really have the forces to try and press that area yet. I'm going to have to starve them out for another year or so. These guys don't even do damage. There's a few scattered cavalry units up in the north and in Mongolia, but they're not doing anything. North of Rangoon, quite a light bombardment attack. Again, deeper in. Most of these forces are half starved, so they're not doing anything. Japanese bombardment in Rangoon, what do you think they're going to do? These guys have been sitting there for ages. I've got quite a few stalemates. Ah, here we go, deliberate attack at truck. These guys all need resting as well, but I thought I'd give them one more day so you at least had something to view when I did this. I normally skip through those because the actual combat reports don't give you much. We've done fairly well today, so we've now outnumbered the Japanese by nearly 2 to 1, and even with them, their decent forts, we're still really doing some damage. As you can see, 24 destroyed squads, combat squads, 10 destroyed non-combat squads, and a good number disabled. We've lost 13 squads total. If you want a quick look at the number of units involved, there you go. I'm hoping that will collapse fairly soon. Of course, we bombed the Japanese right back, and yep, very little damage done by most of these. Okay, that's the end of the turn. So Ravel's now expanded its port, which I'm hoping it will get to the point where we can actually resupply the carriers properly. I need to check the rule book on that one. I'm hoping I can do that out of a larger port. This is the other that takes a fair chunk of time. It's now moving oil and resources around, and a game that's fairly well supply driven, it's quite a job. Now it's moving its supplies. So at this stage I'm normally starting to think of how to sum the day up. Today was pretty much a non-event, but that's fine. A quiet day is better than a terrible day, and I've had a fair few terrible days lately. So I'm just going to speed this up a little bit. So all those partisan attacks are from places where I've had to strip the garrison. We're getting a few more destroyers, cargo ships, and torpedo bomber, I think.